Okay, we'll get started now. Everyone is muted, and please make sure you stay muted throughout the program today so that everyone will be able to hear and see. We want to welcome you to East Tennessee State University White Coat ceremony this afternoon. My name is Emma Hopson, and I'm the director for the undergraduate programs at East Tennessee. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our ceremony. We are blessed with your presence today as we celebrate these students' formal entry into the profession of nursing. The White Coat ceremony has been an important part of the medical students' professional journey, actually since 1993. We were honored in October 2015 when we were chosen as the only nursing program in the state of Tennessee to receive a grant from the Arnold P. Gold Foundation to begin this White Coat ceremony tradition. We are excited to continue this symbolic cloaking of students that represents a commitment to upholding the patient-centered principles of nursing. I offer congratulations to the College of Nursing students as you take this official first step on your journey to becoming a professional nurse. Your success is our ultimate goal. Thank you to all the family members and the friends of these students for joining us today. Dr. Wendy Nearing, Dean of the College of Nursing, will now bring her greetings.
It would help if I unmuted. Thank you. I'm really excited to be with you this afternoon. Today is a special day. It is the day that you formally receive your white coat as a symbol of your entry into the nursing profession. It is the day that you will reflect upon why you chose this profession. You may be here because someone close to you needed care, and you remember the nursing care that that loved one received. You may be here because a family member is a nurse. You may be here because you want to make a difference and care for others in need. Maybe you already know your career goals, and this is the first or second step in that process, having been a nurse's aide or an EMT or an LPN before starting at ETSU. You are here because you care about others. You are not afraid to get your hands dirty. You are able to think through a problem. You are not afraid of long hours, and you are passionate about being the best nurse that you can be. Over the course of your time with us, you will learn about wellness, disease, assessment, interventions, evaluation, delegation, human development, medications, nursing care, and many other topics. Your minds will be stretched more than you anticipated, and you will perform skills you didn't think that you could. You will synthesize the information that you learned, the skills that you gained, and develop a plan of care in a moment's notice to save a life, to ease a mind, to hold a hand, to say a comforting word, to assist in healing, and to be silent when that is what is needed. You will provide some of the best care that you will ever give. You will graduate and become a licensed professional registered nurse. Take pride in who you are and what you are committed to becoming. Remember this day and what this white coat represents. Your faculty also commit to being a guide at your side and will send you off to continue your destiny as a nurse. There will be ups and downs, but it will be worth it. Being a nurse has made all the difference in my life. I would now like to take a moment to recognize the individuals on Zoom with us. First is Ms. Emma Hopson, whom you've already met and is the Master of Ceremonies for today's event, and our keynote speaker. Dr. Melissa Webb, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Programs at ETSU, and Michelle Littleton, Senior Director of the Undergraduate Programs and a faculty member. Now, President Brian Nolan is unable to be with us this afternoon, as is Dr. Wilcie Bishop, Senior Vice President for Academics and Interim Provost, but they have both sent video greetings, and they will be played now.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees at East Tennessee State University, I want to congratulate you for reaching this milestone in your educational and professional journey. I'm honored to be a part of this special occasion as you celebrate with your family, friends, your classmates, and your faculty. In recent months since the COVID-19 pandemic, we've all seen signs in front of hospitals and medical establishments announcing "Heroes Work Here." We've watched footage of citizens in cities all around the world standing on their balconies and in their windows, holding signs for and applauding nurses and other healthcare professionals as they go to and from work. These are powerful reminders that you've chosen a profession that can save lives. You've chosen to pursue a career that will, at some point, make you a hero to patients and to their families who cherish you and the comfort and care that you've provided for their loved ones. Today's an important step along that journey. The white coat ceremony is a symbol of all that you have done to get to this point. It's also a symbol of all that lies ahead. This next chapter of your story will include some of the most transformative years of your life. You'll be challenged academically. You'll get to know individuals on your screens, and they will become a vital part of your support network. You'll also get to know men, women, children, your patients, who will turn to you for comfort, for answers, and for hope, and for lessons and lessons and lessons that you will learn from them that will be invaluable. You're part of a university that's built on a legacy of improving the quality of life for the people of this region and beyond. You're also a part of ETSU Health, the name that unifies our 5 health sciences colleges and represents our commitment to interprofessional healthcare and education. The education and training that you receive at East Tennessee State University will be the cornerstone of a career in nursing. In addition to the skills and the science, do not forget to make a career truly rewarding, and you do so through compassion and commitment to our mission to serve others. Your white coat is a symbol of professionalism, empathy, and trust. We can give you a garment, but you must work every day to uphold what that stands for. The white coat is nothing without the dedication of the professional who wears it. Wear it proudly, with humility, grace, and empathy. Godspeed to each of you, and go Bucks.
It is my pleasure to bring greetings to you today on the occasion of your white coat ceremony. Receiving the white coat recognizes that you are joining a profession. You're joining a profession that cares, that's concerned, and that makes a difference in the lives of people at some of the most vulnerable times in their lives. Once you don the white coat, people will look at you differently. They will treat you with respect, and they will expect a higher level of integrity and concern and care from you. Congratulations on this achievement, and my best wishes to you as you continue your studies.
It is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for this white coat ceremony, Ms. Emma Hopson. Ms. Hopson received her Associate of Science in Nursing degree from ETSU. And she went on and got her Bachelor's of Science in Nursing from Regis University in Denver, Colorado. And finally, her Master of Science in Nursing Education from Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia. Her current role is that of our Director of Traditional and Accelerated Programs. Prior to this role, she taught with the Practical Nursing Program at the Tennessee College of Applied Technology at Elizabethton. She has managed the ICU and ER at the Medical Center in Johnson City. She has also worked as a house supervisor at the Medical Center. Mrs. Hopson has been a Director of Nursing for 2 long-term care facilities. She has served as an item writer for the National Council of State Boards of Nursing and for ATI. She has also co-authored a book called Burnout to Balance, EMS Stress. Let us now welcome Mrs. Hopson to give her keynote address.
Thank you all. Once again, I want to say good afternoon to our nursing students, the families that support them, our friends that are here, to our Dean, Dr. Nearing, and to our Associate Dean, Dr. Webb, and to our faculty that are here with us tonight or this evening. This ceremony is a symbol of starting a new beginning, and today you become a member of an esteemed community. Your faculty welcome you to your future. This ceremony is about a commitment that you're going to need to make for the expectation of learning and all that comes with it. It is to shine a light on a journey that you're about to take. It is a rite of passage which you will be ready to put aside things that you desire to do in order to do the things that you must do to take care of the sick. How can I do this while in the midst of the worst pandemic in 100 years? This is not fair. It's not the same. Everything is different. Some may ask, how do I make this commitment when everything has changed? I want to answer that this afternoon. I want to answer that by telling you a little bit about my journey and our collective historical times that have altered life and how you can survive and maybe come out even stronger. Times are different and they're not different. Humanity's been here before. It is a temporary unfairness that we can work around just as we have in the past. Individual commitment is needed to be successful. The same determination and grit will be necessary and maybe even a little bit more. As life has thrown us a curveball, but it's okay, we're nurses and we'll find a way. That's what I want to give you today. When things are unfair, we use that nursing process. We assess, we plan, we implement, evaluate, and reevaluate until we get it right. So about that personal lesson I had. I was diagnosed with breast cancer. No one else in my family had gone through this. Unfair, right? I was diagnosed with a rare type of breast cancer, had surgery and chemotherapy. I had 6 months of chemotherapy. Then I was supposed to have a year of a different drug that was rushed to market, and all the side effects weren't known. It was a drastic, torturous effect on my body, particularly the joints. I only tolerated 6 of 12 months worth of treatment, as it nearly killed me. I cried more than once. I get this lesson. It's not fair. I have been a nurse and I have been a patient. We as nurses care for our clients during some of the worst times in their lives. As nurses, this is our work. This is the path that we have chosen. We find workarounds to missing legs, minds, or even messed up hearts or bowels. We find comfort in helping those who need us. We are servants. We work in clinics and with clients with chaotic lives daily. A pandemic to us is nothing. Things worth achieving take commitment. No, we cannot have everything like it was. We have to wear a face mask. We have to socially distance. We have to modify the classrooms. And we've got modified learning, living, and care environments. Remember the reason you wanted to be a nurse. You've just taken an amazing step toward your career goal. How special is that? The nurses and doctors that helped me get through one of the worst times in my life, I could not have gone through breast cancer and all the unfairness that it brought without their assistance. You want to be that nurse to help someone during a time that is so unfair. According to Dr. Seuss, to the world you are one person, but to one person you may be the world. My oncology nurse was that person. She allowed me to double check her calculations for chemotherapy. She knew that I monitored her strict isolation technique while administering chemotherapy to me. She gave me articles to read. She laughed with me. She prayed with me. She encouraged me to eat, and she made sure that nausea wasn't there. She watched when I fell asleep from the many different medications and combinations of medications I was given. She helped me to the restroom when I was too weak to go alone. She knew that I was a nurse and catered to my individual need to understand my care. She did this for each client in their own way. Around me, we became a fellowship of fear, pain, suffering, but most importantly, hope for survival. This nurse obtained the labs, communicated with the physician, she checked out our ports, and most importantly, she was there. Once I saw another nurse had fresh strawberries for a snack, which is a favorite of mine, and I began to cry as I couldn't have one because of the potential bacteria. My chemo nurse went and washed that berry and told me to eat it. At that moment, she could not have done a nicer thing for me. While taking chemo, I watched her and the doctor as they had to tell the lady beside me that she could not have chemo that day as the cancer had metastasized to her bones and they needed to change treatment therapy. She was there when my grandmother and my father died. My father unexpectedly died 3 months into my 6 months of chemo. She was also there when my grandmother died 2 months later and when my daughter and my mother were hospitalized in rooms side by side. Unfair? Well, it was fairer than death for me at that time. She helped me in my isolation and my grief. She helped me to have hope. And now I know at the time that I would be blessed with a grandson. I've heard some folks say that nothing like that in the world would ever happen to me, but life's unfairness comes when you very least expect it and in a form you might not expect, just like this virus. I once had a patient in the ICU who suffered a GI bleed, and ultimately she infarcted her bowel and her heart. She was on a ventilator and nothing could be done. Her husband had no legs, amputated from diabetes, and had lost his service station business of over 50 years. She could not talk to him about her grief. She tried to spare him. The man's son brought him in at 7:00 a.m. each day as he went to work. The rules were in ICU that we didn't allow visitors until then. I could not see this man separated from his wife. I let this man stay with his wife and took care of him, and I took care of her. What else could I do? I gave him food. I pushed his recliner over to the bed so he could hold her hand. I asked him to tell me about their life together. I loved him for his dedication to his wife, and I supported that. His son would come at the end of the day and pick him up. Where else could this man go? And ultimately, his wife died, and he died soon thereafter. I had given what I could to him and to his wife. I did the best I could in this horrible situation. I was just someone in their world, but maybe, just maybe, I was the world to them. In the midst of these trying times with cancer, someone was the world to me. And in the midst of someone else's trying times, I hope I was the world to them. Maybe life is fair after all, because it's unfair to all of us. We can now change how we view this pandemic and how it affects our ability to become educated and dedicated nurses. If we recognize that it offers us challenges, opportunity, and most importantly, it's temporary. Further, we are not defined by this unfairness. I am not what happened to me, and I am what I choose to become. Just as you are not defined by this pandemic, you can do this, and because you need to be someone's world. As far as historical times, in 1918, approximately 100 years ago, about one third of the world's population became infected with a virus, the influenza pandemic, and died. There were about at least 50 million worldwide deaths, with 675,000 just in the United States. There are other pandemics and epidemics. There was Ebola, H1N1, swine flu, AIDS, Asian flu, polio, Philadelphia yellow fever. I could go on and on. But each one of these allowed us an opportunity as humanity to learn and grow. It allowed for vaccines to be developed, disease treatment to emerge, and stories of strength to be told. I challenge you today to learn and grow from these unique circumstances we find ourselves. No, it's not fair, but out of these circumstances, we can find opportunities. I told you I had cancer. Out of that one experience, I became a better person, a better teacher, and a better nurse. Now that I've shared with you both personal and historical events, providing that good comes from bad, I want to give you a way to get through this life-changing portion of your education and to be successful. Your professors recognize that the circumstances today are not necessarily fair, but we as a team can find that workaround. Remember, expecting the world to treat you fairly or special because you are good, rich, poor, gifted, hardworking, lazy, or any other self-defining adjective is like thinking that the bull will not charge you because you are a vegetarian. Let me give you some tips here. Let me share some things with you that I've learned over the years. My friend tells me, learn from me and not the hard way. So that's what I want to give to you today. Take care of yourself. This means wearing a mask, washing your hands, social distancing, get enough sleep, eat right, put out your time, plan out your time. Don't procrastinate. Obtain a planner, write in it, exercise. Find that friend that encourages you and holds you to this high standard. Remember that the folks at home need to know you're okay. Call them. Study. Remember, we all learn different. Find your way. You can be tested to find the best way for you to learn. You can also study or never study. I had someone tell me one time, I studied 8 hours, and when I asked more about it, it was in the water park. Do mix up where and when you study. Plan for effective studying. Be kind. We're in the middle of a pandemic and everyone is affected. Your kindness might be the best thing that happens to another professor. Yes, professors are human too. Talk to your professors. We're people just like you. Believe it or not, we do not wake up and decide to give the hardest test or give 2,500 pages of reading. We had to do the same as you. Please talk to your professors. Take advantage that you're in the middle of a pandemic. How many people will be able to say they went to school during this unique time and that you became a graduate of a university and a great nurse? No excuses. Do what's expected without excuses. If you make a mistake, own it and learn from it. You're an intelligent adult that's earned the right to wear this white coat that this ceremony represents. Take pride in what you've accomplished and determined to do your very best. Your internal dialogue of peace and joy in accomplishment will be profound when the honest perseverance takes you in that direction of success you endeavor to achieve. Will it be worth it? Oh my goodness, yes. Nursing has given me a profession, a reason to study, an understanding. Has my time in nursing made me a better person? Yes, without a doubt. And I'm glad I took time for my education. I'm thankful for my family, especially my father. He told me to keep going, and I did just that. Will it ever be fair? No, not unless we think that fairness is the unfairness to us all. The truth is, life is just playing by different rules. We can adapt. We can be the heroes, and we can learn from those that have been there, and we can use that nursing process. No matter what life throws your way, no matter how unfair it may seem, refuse to play that victim. Refuse to be ruled by fear, pessimism, and negativity. Refuse to quit. Be a warrior and work whatever life throws your way with courage, love, and positivity. Because you are a survivor of the unfairness of life, you are stronger than what you think, and you are capable of achieving far more than you believe. Thank you. Okay, at this time, students will be individually recognized and welcomed into the nursing profession. Each student will be cloaked by a special person of their choosing. Students, it is our hope after the ceremony today, you will forever hereafter look upon your white coat as a symbolic contract for professionalism and empathy in the practice of nursing. May you always uphold the values of the nursing profession. As faculty, we are honored to guide and support you on your journey to becoming a professional nurse. I would like to acknowledge the College of Nursing faculty members who are with us this afternoon, if you would hold your hands up. And there are several here. At this time, I invite the student that I call to come forward to the camera, be recognized, and be cloaked by that special person with your white coat. Matthew Arms, Aaron Bailey, Haley Baker, Natalie Barca, Stephen Bassam, Saxton Beals, Rebecca Bell, Hannah Bellamy, Jordan Blacker, Casey Bonnell, Lily Boer, Lindsay Boyd, Michael Brown, Allison Brees, Lauren Burton, Colt Campbell, Molly Carpenter, Alexa Carl, Dalton Collins, Nicholas Compton, Julianne Corey, Hunter Crumpley, Brittany Cruz, Emma Davis, Sophie Delbene, Zachary Dickinson, Johanna Dundon, Lexi Dye, Bree Edwards, Belle Ferran, Chloe Fouch, Jenna Franklin, Caitlin Franklin, Brianna Fritz, Abigail Germ, Lucinda Getter, Hannah Gore, Lauren Graves, Aaliyah Guy, Olin Tamaz Halim, Renee Helm, Rachel Hinkle, Gage Holmes, Karina Ivanchenko, Alan Jackson, Mary Gianutolo, Mackenzie Johnson, Brandy Jones, Mackenzie Jones, Madeline Kilday, Lauren Killen, Jacob Kimball, Kennedy King, Caitlin Cozy, Bailey Lane, Nicolette Leggett, Savannah Lewis, Kobe Lindsay, Morgan Loggins, Michael Mantooth, Madison Marcy, Ray McBee, Jasmine McLean, J.C. McCoy, Heather McCreary, Tiana Mendez, Abigail Milliken, Ayin Mohammed, Mackenzie Moody, Seth Moore, Lily Morlock, Wayliat Moran Colo, Heaven Nash, Lauren Nason, Callie Newberry, Haley Newman, Martina Nichols, Hannah Osborne, Trey Osborne, Samarito Aladrogo, Taylor Owen, Erica Page, Lainey Purdue, Olivia Phillips, Lauren Pilkton, Andrea Pomeroy, Callie Price, Jimbasola Guadadre, Grace Ralston, Caitlin Rash, Cassidy Ray, Natalie Rodriguez Ponce, William Rusky, Shannon Sanders, Allison Scanlon, Kelly Smith, Bryson Sexton, Corey Sexton, Keaton Shingleton, Sydney Shipley, Whitney Shipley, Renu Singh, Haley Smith, Paige Snap, Abigail Trantham, Rose Manuela Unsi, Sydney Vance, Parrish Val, Catherine Walsh, Marcy Wells, Jana White, Marcus Wilkes, Lindsay Wills, Andrew Woody. And now Dr. Melissa Webb will come forward to administer the white coat ceremony oath. And we'll ask that you remain muted, but please follow her.
Good afternoon, students and family and faculty. Congratulations, students. At this time, I invite all students in the class to take the oath to accept the duties and responsibilities that embody the nursing profession. Students, please stand. Again, please do not unmute yourself. The oath is projected on the screen. Please join me in reading the oath in unison. As a nurse dedicated to providing the highest quality care and services, I solemnly pledge that I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will act in a compassionate and trustworthy manner in all aspects of my care. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will exercise sound professional judgment while abiding by legal and ethical requirements. I will accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will promote, advocate for, and strive to protect the health, safety, and rights of the patient. With this pledge, I accept the duties and responsibilities that embody the nursing profession. I take this oath voluntarily with full realization of the responsibility which I am entrusted by the public. Thank you, students. Everyone, please join me in congratulating these students on the oath that they have taken here tonight to uphold the duties and responsibilities of the nursing profession. Students, each one of you will be receiving a pin provided by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, which commemorates your white coat ceremony and the oath that you have taken here this afternoon. You are asked to wear this pin on your white coat as a visible reminder of the ways to demonstrate humanism and excellence in your nursing practice. Students, please remain standing, and at this time, I will invite Ms. Hopson to return to close our ceremony.
Congratulations, students, on completing this very important rite of passage on your journey to becoming a professional registered nurse, and on taking the oath to uphold the values of the nursing profession and to provide compassionate and humanistic care. We are very proud of you. Everyone, please join me in congratulating these students on the oath they have taken here today. This concludes the white coat ceremony. Thank you and good afternoon.